How's it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have Youth Fountain on. It's been quite a many years since I've had Tyler back on, but you can say his name, which I've already said, and what you do in the band.
Hello, my name is Tyler Zanin, and I play guitar and I sing, and I do a lot of the writing for the music, and it's been a project that I've been at since like 2012. So yeah, it's been a long time. So yeah.
Awesome. I also want to give massive shout-outs to Knuckle Puck because I'm pretty sure we're in their green room. So I don't know if you guys are going to watch this, but thank you. Anyway, Tyler, there's been a lot that's been going on. Obviously, got to grab this because I completely forgot. You have a new album that just dropped, the deluxe version, which you can buy it on tour, guys. Go pick it up on tour. If you don't want to pay shipping for it, you can do it that way. But this is the deluxe version. This is Keepsakes and Reminders. I'm so excited to add that to my vinyl collection because I have Letters to Our Former Selves, and I still spin that record on a pretty frequent basis. So, so I've obviously had to add this to my family of vinyl music. But how long ago because I'm not entirely sure on when Keepsakes and Reminders, the original version, had dropped, but I imagine it was probably during the pandemic when you released it, I'd assume. But
I mean, I was doing a lot of the writing over 2020, but it was it dropped back in 2021, so about a year ago.
Okay,
around this time, yeah. So it was like November 4th or the 8th. I can't even remember the date, but it was in November, and it was like, yeah, so this is like a year like celebration of like, hey, it came out a year ago, and there's 2 new songs on it. There you go.
Awesome. Because I was curious because I really did check out Keepsakes and Reminders when it came out roughly a year ago, and I really loved it, and I feel like an idiot for not doing a review of it because I love what you guys have been doing for such a while, and I remember seeing you guys at Voltage Lounge, and like no one knew about you guys. It was great, and it was so cool to see how you guys have grown over the years and stuff. So definitely go check out Keepsakes and Reminders. I'll leave you a link below to go pick it up, or if you are watching this and they're out on tour, please go pick it up. Go say what's up to Tyler. He's the man, so please go do that. But I gotta ask, you're on tour with 4 Years Strong, Knuckle Puck, Microwave, across the states. How has that been? Because I know for me, Enemy of the World has been like such a life-changing album for me. So for you, how did that feel when you got the first announcement that you were gonna be a part of this tour? I imagine you were pretty stoked.
Absolutely, man. Like, I grew up listening to that record like in high school. It was the record that I found. I don't know, I was starting getting into like more of the pop punk stuff, and like when easycore was kind of being a thing. And dude, like that record, like I would listen to it. I was dating a girl at the time, and I'd go and travel like fucking 5 hours on transit to go see her. And like, dude, record was like always on repeat. I would be listening to it all the time. It to be doing this like over 10 years later, man, is like. It's like full circle for me, man. Like it's a crazy feeling, and like I get like just choked up thinking about it. Like it's so I'm so grateful to have this opportunity, and to be doing this is awesome. I couldn't ask for a better tour. Like, this is beautiful, and I'm so thankful to have this opportunity.
Absolutely. And you also did a tour prior to this one with Corey Wells, which shout outs to Corey Wells, who's been on the channel as well. That must have been a very cool experience because had you been abroad before that point or no?
Absolutely not. That was my first time overseas. I was pretty terrified because I've never took a plane for like 9 hours going over to the UK, and I had no idea what to expect. Like, I didn't know like if me and Corey would get along. Like, we had a driver, we had a new a photographer I've never met. Like, I didn't know what the fuck to expect. Like, I didn't know what was gonna happen. I don't know. Like, I got to the airport, I didn't know where the fuck I was. Like, I'm just like, what's going on? So like, I don't know. Like, it was nerve-wracking, but I know what it's like now. I know how the progress goes. I know like how to kind of tour the UK and Germany now. So it's like, it's one of those things where it was a good learning experience. It was sweet. It was cool to meet some fans from across the pond. It was cool to have that happen, and like it was awesome. We all got along. It was a great experience, and like I have like memories from doing that tour that I'll cherish until I die. So yeah.
That's great, and I think it's just kind of cool. Again, I know I mentioned before, it's just cool to see how much you've grown as an artist over the years that I've known you for. So I think for me, it's like such as an interviewer and as a fan. I think it's cool to see how much stuff has changed and how much like even to the point where you have people internationally that are like really care about what you do. But for people who maybe aren't familiar and are coming to these shows, because I know I talked to you about this off camera about like people's reception of you since you're the opener for the tour. What song would you recommend to a new listener to get an idea of what you're going for in terms of sound? Because I feel like again with Keepsakes and Reminders coming out is already out. And a lot of people are familiar with that. Is there any off the album that you're just like this is quintessential you found?
Yeah, I mean, off of like the deluxe, I would say the two new singles, like "Speaking in Tongues," that like is honestly one of my favorite songs I've written, and I wrote it like around last year after Keepsakes came out. So like I started writing that song, and it meant a lot to me, and I was going through a really really dark place in my life. So I would say "Speaking in Tongues" and "Birthright," like those are like awesome tunes, and they're on this deluxe record. But I would say like "Speaking in Tongues" is my personal favorite. So I'd say that, but like off of just Keepsakes, like I would say like My Mental Health, Century are great songs. I really like those ones a lot. And Scavenger is a good one too. But personal favorite, Speaking in Tongues for sure.
Awesome. I'm excited to listen to the two new songs because I didn't have a chance to listen to the OG and really fell in love with that one. So I can almost imagine I'm gonna really enjoy the two singles. In regards to the deluxe version, what made you kind of consider releasing a deluxe version? Because I felt like Keepsakes was such a great record as a whole. Did you just think, were these songs that were kind of like in the, how like in terms of albums, you're like, okay, we have so many songs that we get onto the album. This is what's going to make it. This is what's not. Were those two songs that were just like not going to make it? Or did you just write them and add them on as the deluxe?
Yeah, it was honestly just like after the record came out, I wrote some new songs, and we showed the label and was like, oh, kind of like working on this. And then like they were like, yeah, like let's, we'll give you some money to record them. Like I showed them the demos. Then it was just like the new year. It was like 2022. And they were just like, after they were done around like the summertime, they were like, oh, well, we can just put it out as a deluxe. Like I thought it would maybe just be like an EP, like a little like 2-song EP, or just like put out like a 7-inch or something. But they just wanted to package it as a deluxe, and like I was totally down with that. I think that's a great idea. It's a good way to kind of like get in some new listeners to listen to the album that might have missed out to hear the record. So it honestly wasn't like an idea personally, but like I was stoked when they offered the idea because like I want more people to hear all the songs. It's like it's a good like publicity, good marketing way of getting the songs out. So that was kind of how that came to be.
There we go. I also feel like the jump from Letters to Your Former Selves to Keepsakes was such a cool transition. I feel like you're always ever evolving, like your sound and stuff like that. What were some bands that kind of influenced you during the times of Keepsakes and Reminders?
Yeah, honestly, a lot of like the same stuff that I've always listened to, but like I was listening to like a lot of like Nothing Nowhere, maybe like Mariana's Trench. I was listening to same old, like I would always listen to Census Fail. They've been like one of my favorite bands. I would say off the top of my head, doing that one some. Honestly, like even like Knuckle Puck, I would say like I don't know, like Grayscale. I would say those are like the ones that come to my mind at first. I would say like maybe some Seosin too, a little bit like that. But yeah, I was just listening to kind of the stuff that I would always listen to. But like I just kind of wanted to evolve it. I wanted to make some more like mature-ish sounding stuff. Like I wanted to try to do experiment a little bit, and I think I pulled it off. I'm proud of what I did. I'm stoked on it. So yeah.
I think there's some great moments on Keepsakes where I feel like there are songs that are a little bit more softer, a little bit more mellow, and then even seeing you live and playing some of the songs off Keepsakes was you could tell there was a lot more energy involved with some of the like harder songs, and I think that's really cool. I just want to pitch to Pure Noise. I would love to see like a Like Pacific Youth Fountain tour. I know they're both Canadian, so like I feel like it's a possibility, but I would love to see that. And you guys are label mates, so I feel like
exactly. Could happen. Yeah, never know.
pure noise. Just saying.
Definitely.
You don't have to pull my strings. I would go. But the next question I have for you, Tyler, obviously being on tour and driving, there's a lot of time I'm sure you have to either think about life going on or you put music on. Are there any specific bands that you're jamming in the van while you're going to your next spot?
Oh, absolutely, man. I'll look at my phone right now. Off the top of my head, I've been listening to Linkin Park, Body Jar, Story of the Year, Nothing Nowhere, 1,000-Foot Crutch.
Wow.
Mitchell Tenpenny, the band Camino, Nightly, Saves the Day, For You're Strong, of course. The new Arm's Length record, that album changed my life. Like, absolutely. It just came out. So this band called Arm's Length put out a record called Never Before Seen, Never Again Found, and like I love that record. It's been my favorite record I've listened to in like years, and it's super emotional and super heartfelt, and I cry every time I listen to it.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Now I gotta listen to it.
It's that good. I love it. It's fucking awesome.
All right, well I'm gonna have to check that out. I did see. Shout out to my friend Tay. She also said that's her album of the year. So
that was great.
I feel like I got to now. So guys, let me know in the comments below. But the next question I have for you, Tyler, I always got to have some fun questions in here. But if you were to compile a musical supergroup, who would be in your band?
Oh man, that's a fucking tough one. I
gotta hit you hard with the hard questions,
always. I don't know, maybe Roger Lima from Less Than Jake on bass, because he's a fucking shredder on bass. Nothing Nowhere on vocals, maybe writing some music with them too. I don't know, Matt Healy on there too, from 1975. Yeah, I don't know, fucking Jimmy Eat World, their vocalist, is his name Jim Atkins?
I think so.
On, I don't know, bass.
We'll figure it out. I'll think post Brandon.
Or playing second guitar with that'd be cool. And I'm trying to think of a drummer. I don't know, fucking Travis Barker.
Wow, what a lineup.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so Roger Lima on bass, Joe from Nothing Nowhere on vocals. I think I said Travis Barker on drums.
You did.
Jim Atkins on guitar, and also Matt Healy on guitar.
Woo, guys. Oh man. I'm stoked. When can I buy tickets? Yeah. How can I crowdfund this album? Yeah. Oh man. Great. That was great. On the spot too. I have to give Tyler credit. That was very much on the spot. Thanks, so that was on point. I also have to go back to the bands you've been listening to. I absolutely love the band Camino.
Oh yeah, they're great. Really good.
They're so good, and their new album is fire. So go check out the band Camino. But the next question I have for you, Tyler, obviously with bands coming back, there's a lot of bands reuniting. They're doing albums. They're doing whatever. Is there one band that you wish would come back that hasn't come back yet?
Absolutely, man. This band, Polar Bear Club.
Oh, yeah.
I miss them so much. I loved their last record they put out, even though the vocal style changed or something. But I loved that record, and they were awesome. I love Polar Bear Club, and I wish they would come back. For sure.
Ooh, all right.
I really love that band.
I don't know what we have to do. I don't know.
Or the Swellers too. Swellers is good, but first one that comes to my mind is the Polar Bear Club.
They're both old Rise bands. That's really crazy.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, they are. They are. So, guys, some OGs. I like it. I think that would be really cool. I don't know if it will ever happen, but we'll figure it out. But the next question I have for you, Tyler, is I know from Letters from Our Former Selves, I really love the lyricism, and I felt even more so with Keepsakes and Reminders. I liked it that much more. In terms of lyricism, what are you trying to delve into comparatively to the previous albums you've put out? I feel like there's a lot more angst, there's a lot more depth, there's a lot more emotion to Keepsakes. So, where do you feel like you were drawing from at the time lyrically?
I would say with Letters, a lot of the stuff I wrote in Letters, some songs I wrote when I was 16, maybe 15. So there were some old songs in there. So there was some pretty angsty stuff in there. And Deadlocked, I wrote, I remember I was just out of high school. I wrote an acoustic demo for that. And that was a really angsty song. And then I don't know. That's when I learned how to record. That's a different story. But like, there was some angsty stuff in that. But with Keepsakes, I guess I was just like trying to do something like a little like less like just blunt lyrics. I was trying to think a little bit outside of the box and do something a little bit different. But with like the lyrics, I think the topics were just like the stuff that I usually always would talk about is just like, I don't know, just the fact of just I don't know, I'm not like a religious person. I'm not very like, I'm kind of just like, I'm pretty like nihilistic, maybe like an existentialist a little bit. Like I try to find, like, I don't really find a lot of meaning in life. Like I don't really like feel there's much after when we die, you know? Like it's like a really like fucked up thought that like kind of like is always like a looming like, you know, like cloud over my head, thinking about how just like, oh, one day I'm just not gonna be here anymore and that's that. But, you know, obviously like no one knows the answer of like what's gonna happen after you're dead and gone and shit like that. And that's kind of just like the topics of like for Keepsakes. And like I guess was just like the memories and like stuff that you hold on to, whether it be like, you know, like items and like photographs and like things like that you have from like the past, or like things from a really like, you know, impactful moment in your life with like a significant other or like with your family members. And it's just like sometimes that's all you're left with. And like, I don't know, that's kind of like the whole theme of that, what I tried to write about. And just like just running out of time in your life, and you're getting older every day, and that's all you kind of can do, and you're just always constantly kind of just like on that fucking grind, you know? Like that's kind of the whole theme of Keepsakes and Reminders. And to sum it up, at least to me, that's why I kind of wrote a lot of the lyrics there.
I think there's a level of honesty. Like when I was listening through to it originally, and I went back and listened to it on the drive here, I was just like, wow, okay. So there's a lot of stuff that I kind of felt true.
Yeah.
Especially like with my family, like moving away, I understood this album a lot more now. I feel like at the time I was like, I'm not sure, but now, like, you know, being apart from them, you can kind of, I can feel a lot of the emotion you felt in this album, and so I feel like for people who check this out, definitely go, you know, obviously go pick it up if you're out on watching the tour, but I think it's just got this level of honesty that I really do appreciate, because I think sometimes, you know, we can write stuff that's like really metaphorical or not to the point, and I think that what you're writing is very much like in a sense, how you're feeling, and I appreciate that a lot. But speaking about the tour, how has the reception been? I feel like with opening bands, it can be a little bit difficult, but from what I could tell here, at least for Philly, there was like a good amount of people before the show even started. We were just like, liked what you do. So, you know, how has the tour been with just new people coming up and being like, yo, I like your shit?
Yeah, it's been relatively sweet. You know, there's at least always a couple of people that are like, I've never heard of you, but I really like what you're doing, and keep it up. Like, you know, people are stoked, and that's awesome. That's the whole point of touring. That's what it's all about, man.
Listen, this dude grinds. I'm not even gonna lie here. Like, he works his ass off. So please go take a look at my man Tyler. If you can come early to the show, please fucking come early to the show, because you're not gonna want to miss a show with Tyler on it. So, the last thing, Tyler, I've been rounding out my interviews with this, you know, online. What do you want people to take away from You Fountain, whether it be from like a lyrical perspective or musical perspective? And, you know, obviously with the added benefit of you being on tour, you know, what do you want people to take away from what you do live and, you know, obviously touring and, you know, making music?
Honestly, man, just being just an honest band. Like, that's literally it. Like, I just write about how I'm feeling in life. I'm write about, I don't know, just life experiences and all the shit that I've gone through, and like that's all. They just need to take away that I'm just like being upfront with my lyrics, and I'm a very emotional dude. I write emotional music, and I just want people to take away that I don't know. Also, it's just like, I don't know. Like, I just can't even describe it. It's just like I'm just I'm up front with what I sing about. I am always like super blunt in my lyrics. I don't know, just like also just having a good time at shows. Like, just like I want everyone to have fun and like have a good time, and I don't know, like I'm not someone that like I'm just a dude too, and I like to meet fans. I like to meet people that care about the music, and if they care about it, then like that's all that means the world to me. I want them to know that like that's if you support what I'm doing, then like that I've done what I need to do, you know, like as long as you care about, if you guys keep caring about what I'm doing, I'm gonna care about it more, you know what I mean?
Oh, 100%. And like I said, the live show, definitely where it's at. If you can see him on this tour, I would highly recommend it. I have like probably an Instagram post I'll make about it. So check the social medias for that. But like I said, Keepsakes and Reminders, the deluxe version is out right now. You can go pick it up on tour. And obviously, Tyler, you know, tell the people where they can find you at on social media, what you have coming up, either, you know, while on this tour, and, you know, after the tour's over with, you know, where can people kind of keep up with what you're doing?
I would say like Spotify, obviously, Youth Fountain, Spotify, Instagram, Youth Fountain, TikTok. We got a TikTok. Facebook, even though, you know, it's kind of a dying platform now. So got that, and what's coming up is I got like an acoustic EP I'm working on. I got a new cover I'm putting out, which I'm really fucking stoked about. It's one of my favorite songs of all time. So I did a cover of that, and I'm just working on a third record now. Yeah, number 3. Let's go.
Guys, you heard it here first. Again, Tyler has been on the channel for a very long time, and to see his growth over these many years has been fucking sick. So please, if you can, again, I feel like I'm shilling, but I'm gonna do it anyway because Tyler's my guy. So please go pick up Keepsakes and Reminders. The deluxe version is out on tour, so you can go pick it up and you can see Tyler's smile on his face when you go buy it. So please go do it. He's also got some sick merch. Go grab that if you can. Any support can help. I'll leave links in the description to go find out about Youth Fountain. You already know I love these bands, so please go show them some love, as well as if you like this interview. Share it, like and subscribe. It goes a long way. It'll also be on audio, so if you don't want to see us, you know, on the camera, I'm gonna be very disappointed, but you know, you can listen to us on your drive home or whatever, so keep your eyes peeled. It'll be on Spotify, Apple Music, all of the streaming platforms as possible. But did you have any final thoughts, Tyler?
Dude, that sums it all up. I think we nailed it.
There we go. Also talk to him about Zelda. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for hanging out, and huge thanks to Tyler for coming on and chatting with me again. Hopefully it won't be this long next time.
Yeah, no, dude, it's been fucking awesome. Thank you for having me.